Daniel Foster, a single dad in Colorado, risked losing his daughter to custody after a fire destroyed their home. His fight to rebuild while proving his worth as a father led to a new career and a stronger bond, showing the power of unwavering love. Hi everyone, welcome to Life Unveiled. Let's get started. Daniel Foster stood in the charred remains of his trailer home in Colorado Springs, Colorado, the smell of smoke still heavy in the air. At 38, he was a single dad to his 8-year-old daughter, Mia, a bright girl with his hazel eyes and a love for drawing. Daniel had been raising Mia alone since her mum, Sarah, passed away from a car accident when Mia was 3. The loss had shattered him, but Mia gave him a reason to keep going. He worked as a mechanic at a local garage, his hands stained with grease. His days long, but worth it to see Mia smile. But now, as he looked at the ashes of their home, Daniel felt a fear deeper than any he'd known. A fire had destroyed everything they owned, and worse, it had put him at risk of losing Mia. The fire started late one night in March 2025, while Daniel and Mia were asleep. A faulty heater sparked, and within minutes, flames engulfed their trailer. Daniel woke to the crackle of fire, his heart racing as he grabbed Mia from her bed, her screams piercing the smoky air. He carried her outside, barefoot in the cold, the trailer collapsing behind them as sirens wailed in the distance. They escaped with their lives, but nothing else. Clothes, toys, Mia's drawings, all gone. They had nowhere to go, no savings to fall back on. Daniel had been living paycheck to paycheck, every dollar stretched thin to cover rent, food, and Mia's school supplies. Now they were homeless, sleeping on a friend's couch, Mia clinging to him at night, whispering, "Daddy, are we going to be okay?" The real blow came a week later. Sarah's parents, the Wilsons, who'd never approved of Daniel, filed for custody of Mia. They'd always blamed him for Sarah's death, though it was an accident, and now they saw their chance. "You can't provide for her," Mrs. Wilson said at the first court hearing, her voice cold. "She deserves better than a father who can't even keep a roof over her head." Daniel's heart sank, his hands clenching into fists as he sat in the courtroom, his worn jacket a stark contrast to the Wilsons' polished lawyer. The judge gave him 60 days to prove he could provide a stable home, or he'd lose Mia. The clock was ticking, and Daniel felt the walls closing in. How could he rebuild from nothing in 2 months? Daniel's first priority was finding a place to live, but with no money and a tarnished rental history, every door seemed closed. He and Mia moved into a shelter, a crowded space with thin mattresses and the constant hum of voices. Mia stopped smiling, her crayons gone in the fire, her small hands empty as she sat on the shelter floor. "I miss my room, Daddy," she said one night, her voice trembling, and Daniel's chest ached with guilt. He spent his days looking for work, but his old garage had shut down, and new jobs were scarce for a man with no address and a desperate edge to his voice. He applied for assistance, but the process was slow, the paperwork a maze he couldn't navigate. Every night, he'd lie awake, the shelter lights flickering above, wondering if he'd fail Mia the way the Wilsons said he would. The turning point came when Daniel met a social worker at the shelter, Ms. Rachel Brooks, a woman with a sharp mind and a warm heart. She saw the fear in Daniel's eyes and sat him down one morning, her voice steady. "You're not giving up, Daniel," she said, handing him a cup of coffee. "I've seen fathers fight harder than you, but I've never seen one love harder. Let's get you back on your feet." Rachel helped him apply for emergency housing, pushing through the red tape to secure a small apartment in a low-income complex. It wasn't much, a 1-bedroom with peeling paint, but it was a start, and Mia's eyes lit up when she saw her new bed, a second-hand mattress Daniel had found through a church donation. But the custody battle loomed, and Daniel knew a roof wasn't enough. He needed a job, a real one, to show the court he could provide. Rachel connected him with a friend, Mr. Greg Lawson, who ran a construction company and was willing to give Daniel a chance. The work was grueling, long hours in the Colorado sun, hauling lumber, hammering nails, but Daniel threw himself into it, his hands blistered but his resolve unshaken. Greg saw his determination and taught him the trade, showing him how to frame a house, install drywall, even read blueprints. "You've got a knack for this," Greg said one day, clapping Daniel on the back. "Stick with me and you'll go far." Daniel nodded, sweat dripping down his face, his mind on Mia. She was worth every ache. The tension peaked as the court date approached. The Wilsons' lawyer painted Daniel as a failure, pointing to his past struggles, the fire, the shelter. "He can't offer Mia stability," the lawyer argued, his voice sharp. Daniel's heart pounded as he took the stand, his voice steady but raw. "I've made mistakes. Artists to please us are mistakes," he said, looking at the judge, then at Mia, who sat in the courtroom, her small hands clutching a new sketchbook Rachel had given her. "But I love my daughter more than anything. I'm building a life for her, every day. Please don't take her from me." The judge listened, her expression unreadable, and Daniel held his breath, the room silent except for the sound of his own heartbeat. The judge ruled in Daniel's favor, granting him full custody with a warning to maintain stability. Daniel hugged Mia so tight she giggled, her laughter the sweetest sound he'd ever heard. With custody secured, Daniel's life began to bloom. Greg promoted him to crew leader, doubling his pay, and Daniel started saving for a better apartment, one with a room for Mia to draw in. He enrolled in night classes to become a certified contractor, his dream of owning a small construction business taking shape. Mia thrived, her sketches filling the walls of their new home, her smile back as she told Daniel about her day at school. The Wilsons, softened by the outcome, began to rebuild their relationship with Daniel, bringing Mia gifts and joining them for Sunday dinners, their family healing through time and understanding. Daniel and Mia emerged from their trial with a stronger bond, a new home, and a promising future. Daniel's determination and the support of unexpected allies turned their darkest moment into a foundation for a better life, showing that a father's love can rebuild anything.
If you enjoyed the story, drop a like and subscribe for more tales like this. Hit the bell, and we'll catch you in the next one.